As you know, the Marvel Cinematic Universe has existed for almost 10 years at this point, which is quite something, and it's going to culminate very soon with the last 2 Avengers movies that are about to come out. And the DCEU has just started with 4 movies now under their belt: Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, and Wonder Woman. And in this entire time, there has been a war that has been raging amongst a lot of people. For some reason, fans just can't get along anymore. If you like a DC film, for instance, over a Marvel film, you're considered a person who is just wrong to have that kind of an opinion. And if you like a Marvel film over DC, you're meant to like inferior movies and you're not very great a person. There's the problem over here, because why can't you just like both? Here, I'll do it. It's really simple. All you have to do is look at your camera, look over there, and say this: I like Marvel and DC. They're both different, and it's really wrong to compare the two. I see Facebook comments all over the place saying things like, oh my god, those movies are so terrible, the DC movies are awful, and then some people are saying Marvel has no masterpieces, they're all shit movies. I mean, DC has Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition, that thing is a masterpiece, and you cannot deny that. It is the best superhero movie ever made, and anybody who likes anything else like Civil War or something like that is a total dipshit, and you can't like both movies. Why can't you like both movies? In fact, why can't you love both movies? I own both of them on Blu-ray. And those are not the only Marvel DC movies that I own. I own all the DCU movies so far, and I'm going to get Wonder Woman when it comes out next week. And I own a substantial amount of Marvel films as well, like the Avengers movies, the Iron Man movies, and Doctor Strange, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. These are films that I also really like. There are slip-ups in each universe. I'm not going to pretend that every film in the Marvel universe was perfect. I think Thor: The Dark World was a very big misfire in many ways. I thought Iron Man 3 could have been a bit better, and I thought Iron Man 2 could have been a lot better, although I do like 3 over 2. I thought that Iron Fist could have been a really strong MCU Netflix series, but it was a bit weak. And on top of that, there's the rumor mill. There's always some kind of article or clickbaity article, or someone or the other keeps saying that, do you think someone should step down? 13 reasons why Jared Leto shouldn't be the Joker. 15 reasons why Ben Affleck should stop being Batman. Is Ben Affleck gonna stop being Batman? Is he gonna continue being Batman? Click to find out. Click to find out. There's so many of these articles nowadays. I don't want to take any names of particular publications. There's always a constant barrage of articles from some places which are just like, this is why we think that this is the best. This is why we think it's the worst. We can't get over this either. We will not be sorry to see Iron Fist. We will hate Iron Fist. We hate this movie. We hate that movie. And this just fuels the war in the comments and between people. There are accounts that exist now for all this stuff, and there are people probably going to be in the comment section of this video talking about it. There seems to be a lot of this irrational debate going on, which to me makes absolutely no sense, because you can clearly like both sides. But for some reason, we seem to go for the fact that if you like something over another one, you're inferior. You can like both things. Just because I'm wearing a DC t-shirt right now doesn't mean that I love DC over Marvel. I like both equally. You can see both Marvel and DC movies lying here. You have DC stuff over here, and you have Marvel stuff over here. And then there's those who try to fuel even more rage by saying stuff like Justice League is unwatchable, and the first cut from Zack Snyder was very bad, and there's post-production which was terrible. Just like when that one person was on the internet saying that Wonder Woman was unwatchable and a complete mess, and then that movie turned out to be really good. For some reason, people just love to spread this hate. What it comes down to is this. It could come down to simple things as opinions, which I understand. A lot of people would say, hey, it's an opinion, right? People have opinions. But the problem is that opinions last as long as you're like, yeah, okay, that's your opinion, and I accept it. Like if somebody came up to me and said that Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen is the best Transformers movie of the entire franchise, I'd be like, well, that's your opinion, but I don't personally think so, but it's your opinion, and I'm fine with that. If somebody came up to me saying The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the best Spider-Man movie ever made, I'd be like, yeah, okay, that's your opinion. Personally, I don't like it very much, but that's your opinion. I'm not going to crucify the guy for liking The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or the other guy for liking Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. They are opinions. Those are how opinions are measured. If you go up to the guy and he says, oh, I like Amazing Spider-Man 2, and your reaction is, how dare you? You piece of shit, how dare you like inferior movies? You are a disgrace to humanity. That's where the problem rises, and that's where wars between Marvel and DC fans happen. And this is why a lot of times producers and studios are trying to play competitions with each other, where somebody will be like, hey, DC is the best, Marvel sucks. Just like when David Ayer at the premiere of Suicide Squad was with a fan and he was like, fuck Marvel! Like, I know he was saying it as a joke, but he still said it, and that caused enough people to be like, yeah, fuck Marvel, right? Yeah! And this is where the studios constantly play this battle of wits thing, where they're constantly trying to one-up another person by making movies over and over. So if somebody makes Guardians of the Galaxy, we gotta make a Suicide Squad. If they make an Avengers, we gotta make a Justice League. I'm pretty sure somebody in an office was like, hey, Jessica Jones was really good for the Marvel people, so we better make a movie which is just as good, so let's make Wonder Woman. I'm pretty sure that was a thought that went through somebody inside some office, or someone on a Facebook comment section, or YouTube comment section, or a Twitter comment section. I'm not condemning people who have these kind of wars. I'm just saying that it gets a little crazy sometimes, and you don't have to have these wars. You could just stay really simple and like both. So if you like both franchises, who knows, you might actually accomplish world peace. You know, there's so much going on in the world as is. There are bigger problems to deal with. There is no such thing as, oh, okay, Marvel, DC, that's the biggest wars of our time. There doesn't need to be a war. You can like both films. It doesn't matter what critics say or what the public says. What your version is, you can like that. This is where the opinion part I was talking about comes in. It's called an opinion. But if you crucify the other person for having an opinion, that's not an opinion. That's called straight up war. That's like saying, hey, you can't have that opinion. How dare you have that opinion? You think Batman v Superman is a great movie? Well, you clearly have no taste in movies then, because obviously that movie was a pile of shit. No, I liked Civil War and I liked Batman v Superman. I liked both movies. I liked Civil War more, but that doesn't mean that I hated Batman v Superman or that I'm a Marvel fanboy. I love both. Like I said, I have merchandise for both. I have the movies for both. I even have the soundtracks for both lying inside somewhere. That's just what I'm trying to get at over here. I'm just venting at this point. I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted to bring this out because a lot of people sometimes, whenever I would post a review, like when I posted my Spider-Man Homecoming review and I gave that film my highest grade, a lot of people were upset because for DC people I should have given Wonder Woman a 10 out of 10 as well. But it's not that I hate Wonder Woman. I love Wonder Woman. In fact, they are pretty much on the same level, Spider-Man and Wonder Woman. So I love both movies pretty much equally at this point, because I've seen Wonder Woman a lot of times to like it more and more as my opinions have changed on that movie. I might actually do a revisited once the Blu-ray comes out. Who knows? So guys, the Marvel versus DC war, what are your thoughts on it? Leave them in the comments below. Let me know. Don't start a war in the actual comments, please. You guys are the best. Thank you so much as always for watching. If you like this, please subscribe, and I will see you guys at the movies.